Testing. Alright, Army Research Laboratory Berlicad Tutorial Series Volume 4, Converting Geometry Between Berlicad and Other Formats. John R. Anderson, Eric W. Edwards, ARL, SR 121, May 20, 2004. Proof for public release, distribution unlimited. Alright, list of figures, list of table acknowledgments, introduction, background, purpose, scope, the need of conversion, pertinent and character for the Berlicad format, CSG versus BREP, pre-release the 6.0 database current form versus current format converters currently available. The Berlicad converter format A to ASC2, converting from ASC2 to converting ASC2, converting Berlicad. General information about converting Berlicad, converting the format AutoCAD to DXF format, converting the from alias for neutral faceted format, converting the Euclid format, converting fast generation format for proceeding fast generation version 3 and PAT, converting form IGS format from converting from Jack, converting from Nastran format, converting from Puro E format, converting still format, converting 10 kill format, converting uniform graphics format, converting from viewpoint data lab format, converting from Berlicad. General information about converting the Berlicad, converting ACAD format, AutoCAD DX format, Euclid format, IGS format, Jack STL format, 10 kill format, VRML format, converting Wavefront format, and X3D format. Building a new converter, general information about building a new converter, converting the Berlicad, converting from Berlicad to Berlicad. Acknowledgements, and then supplementary tutorial box. Note the tutorial box has been used throughout the document, supplementing information presented in the text. Each of these boxes is designated with a graduation hat icon. Alright, 1. The introduction. Background, purpose of the scope of this. Since 1979, the U.S. Army Research Lab has developed the distributed research laboratory computer-aided design, three-dimensional solid linked packaging, support combat vehicle, vulnerability study of the various other military industrial application software, which now is in the third generation, included the large collection of tools, utilities, including interactive geometry editor, ray tracing, generic frame buffering libraries, network distributed image processing, single processing capabilities, and embed scripting location and language. In support package with multiple volume tutorials written as if the user within any feature of the functional Berlicad. The volumes have been published with us. The volume 1 provides a overview of the package contents, isolation, Butler and Edwards, volume 2, 2002, volume 2, address the basic functionality of the package, multiple device, geometry editor, offers the contrast, the list of user commands availability, Butler, 2001, volume 3, discover the banal process. All the principal techniques to help maximize Berlicad's effectiveness, and all these documents are available in the form of the http ftp.arl.army.mil/Berlicad. The purpose of Volume 4 is to discover the issue with the compatibility conversion between the Berlicad geometry file format, the formats, various other computer-aided design, computer-aided manufacturing, computer-aided engineering packages, originally and the point of the Miller Berlicad used to interact with growing over the number of the government commercial organization, including all of the research, development, testing, evaluation, testing, combat systems. Alright, not the document is addressed the Berlicad geometry cover the Berlicad image, the converter of PIX black and white, PIX BS, PIX RLE, and PIX BS and PLPS. For the further information conversion, see main page on the utility. Interest us. We cover the many of the form of the being extensive today with the rapidly changing for the nature of the computer software companies. It would be impractical to address all of the conversion paths, the methods of the currently potential possible many of the type of the of the conversion. Only one format to another is not a one process. Depending on the amount of the time and the effort the Berlicad using willing to invest in similarly incompatibility formats can be forced to convert the CAD formats so you the standardized CAD format initial graphics interchange graphics exchange specification IGES standard exchange protocol module data step. In fact, we come with the Berlicad widely accepted serial lithographic tessellation language STL format offered the crude path of the convert the Berlicad object with virtually any commercial CAD system. The user reminds, however, the stuff of the forced conversion sometimes basic geometry, such poor quality, low resolution, lousy output performance, poor performance characteristics, largely computational, instead of the output file of the rebuilding the model with the scratch might be preferably alternative. Indicate the local documentation primary formats convert to the 2 and BurlaCAD Section 2. They discover the printed character specified with the BurlaCAD format. Section 3 address the general conversion to and from the American Standard Code of the information interchange format. Section 4 address the primary format that convert the BurlaCAD. Section 5 address the primary format that convert BurlaCAD. Section 6 provide the guidance for the user to create the own customized converters. As Section 7 address the post-conversion issue with the addition of the user encouraged to consult the websites and other resources cited in each of the converter discussion and obtain the latest information on each of the format. 1.2. The need for conversion. Simple interception from the BurlaCAD has proven itself the particular effect of the tool with producing high-resolution, physical, realistic geometry, ballistic penetration of the radar signature, the other type of the related analysis. However, several commercial CAD packages have also gained popularity, especially with the organization with the design, manufacturing, military system. These packages did not design voluntary vulnerability stuff that per SE or spread you for the military circle is necessary. The ability BurlaCAD is acceptable for to and from them. The numerous benefits associated with the use of the commercial packages, vulnerability stuff, the Survivable Vulnerability Information Analysis Center or SURVAC identified some of the most common benefits of the 2002 state-of-the-art report of the geometric modeling, including the following: Service and Engineering Company 2002. Reducing model time and the effort, the manufacturers often spend hundreds of hours to construct the details CAD models through the streamline of their design product. They assembly profit throughout the computer numerical control equipment. They offer, therefore, economics of the consistent with the military ongoing commitment to leverage the commercial off-the-shelf technology to take advantage of the existing kind of geometrical model of the data issue with the possible to avoid significant loss of the effort building the new models from the scratch. Increased funding and support because of the commercial package that must be maintained a large use at the base of the competitive the open market. The most project packages typically possess the ample funding with its personnel that continue to develop and support, but they improve the technology, improve them. The compatibility with the same format, the most commercial package possess direct and indirect through the third-party vendor the capability of converting in standard or intermediate geometry format, marked with the package compatible at least some of the degree with the wide range of the CAD format. Third-party add-on support large commercial packages typically offer a variety of plugins. Other packages, utilities, of course, of the commercial CAD product packages have some of the liabilities of their vulnerable insight, but they include the following: Service Engineering Company 2002. The incompatibility inaccessible file formats discovered in Section 2 of the CAD formats use the boundary representation. Approach with the solid modeling with a largely incompatible to constructive with a solid geometry. Approach with the BurlaCAD use in addition to offer the most commercial package of some compatible with the data exchange with the conversion data charge are the often primary priority. Therefore, inaccessible to native format for the more targeted description converted with the format. Descriptive vulnerability assessment, BurlaCAD fast generation. They often manual recheck with the adjustment and additional modeling. See Section 7 of the post-conversion issue. Typical problems must be addressed, including translation of the curve of the regular surface of the representation, solid rotation tolerance, and interfacing handling. Too much detail. Commercial geometry file often contain too much of the good thing for the vulnerability access to say that this is to say commercial CAD packages of model and geometry all lose way with the nuts and bolts level will vulnerability as analysis typically concerned only with the detail of the level of shielding critical components. Unfortunately, added the details must necessarily large and complex input files that longer to processing time vulnerability assessment. Too little detail. In addition to providing too much detail, the commercial packages sometimes provide a little detailed vulnerability analysis of the application design and integrate geometry relay with the geometric measurements and material properties not always present in the commercial CAD formats. Your package specific naming conventions of some organization of the CAD package use a unique object name of the scheme that make geometry difficult to organize working with the converted to or from BurlaCAD format. Relatively slow ray tracing capability. Commercial CAD packages typically have the relatively low ray tracing speed, with the ray tracing speed primarily means of the geometry integration vulnerability assessment. Limited integration vulnerability assessment support. Commercial CAD packages are designed to engineer styles analysts with non-ballistic analysts. Therefore, other few, if any, of the shotline tools limited integrated vulnerability assessment support. High cost. In addition to the fee for the typical high cost of the commercial CAD support, for the other, you have to often pay for the decision whether or not the in-depth on PC hardware Unix workstation to obtain maximum performance, usually, especially large complex geometry. In addition, you are required to pay the continuing license, the maintenance fees, often on the onset per seat basis. Of those recent developments of the PC-based implementation, short term leasing ceases to make them packages more affordable. Not surprisingly, when considered the benefits Reliability with the commercial package of the vulnerability is something that one can view with the conversion of these formats to and from the Berlicad to see one of the most needed as well with the most challenging text to have the Berlicad user faces today. Alright, 2. Protecting characters for the Berlicad format.